Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing that, they have the camera on and I'm reminiscing. They want me to reminisce. Yeah, about things that happen when you're young. And my mother used to make beer because I used to go shopping with her. This is when I was very little.
What?
We used to go, I must have been around 4 or 5. I remember these things. And we went to a shop and she used to buy hops. Mm-hmm. Hops and things.
You could still buy this stuff, but you couldn't. You could make it, but I thought
maybe you couldn't, but I guess she did.
you could still buy the supplies, and that was okay.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. And it was a very nice beer, I guess. Though my father never drank. Then I never remember him drinking. He drank Pepsi-Cola. And then we told him about the nail.
What?
We told him not to drink it because it was bad for you, and he said, "No, it's Pepsi." He used to call it Pepsi. And then, and we told him we took a nail and we put it in the bottle, and the nail disintegrated.
Oh yeah.
It did. It just disintegrated. And we said, "You see what happens, Pa?" I used to call him Upperka. He was something, my father.
Now, did Aunt Joanne have any boyfriends when she was?
Or did you Did we guys?
Aunt Joanne used to go out dancing a lot. She belonged to the YWCA, and they used to have dances. And then she went out on her own, and danced.
Your mother wasn't as strict with her as she was
guess
you, or
not.
just because you were younger?
I guess not, and I guess my sister had more of status because she earned money.
Oh yeah.
She had a job, where I was still just considered a schoolgirl. Who's lazy. My father used to say I was very lazy. I was a schoolgirl, but my sister had status, You earn money.
Would she bring any of the boyfriends home, or?
I remember a couple of times she did bring one home. Yeah, she did. And then she was the first one who met Uncle Charlie. And then...
How did she meet him?
And through Uncle Charlie, she met him through friends, the Sulligans. They were like Hungarian friends. And when my sister met Charlie, she said that, then she met, through Charlie she met Grandpa. And then she told him, she said, "Oh, I have someone I think you would really like." I guess that was me. So for a while he used to come around. And then my sister said, "Why don't you meet him? He's really nice." He did. He looked like Lou Ayres in the movies. And then for the longest time he used to come around, but he never told me that he was coming. So that's when I wrote him a letter. And I said that if you're going to come, you have to let me know, because next time you come, I'm not going to be here. And then, it was a very nice letter. And then the next time he came, he threw his hat in the door to see if it was all right to come in. So we used to have fun. We used to go skating. We did a lot of walking. And we had a good time.
What about the movies?
Did you guys used to listen to the radio a lot?
Oh, yes, we did. I used to love the One Man's Family. That I loved. Yeah, I used to listen to the radio. The radio was very important.
So when you and when you and Grandpa, when you dated for a while and then you decided to get married, was that in conjunction with like Aunt Joanne and Uncle Charlie?
No, I remember I always say the reason that Aunt Joanne got married so fast is because I said, that your grandfather and I wanted to get married. And because in those days you didn't cohabitate unless you were married. And we were anxious to get married. And then when my sister saw how fast we were going along, and Uncle Charlie really was a reluctant bachelor.
He was?
He was a bachelor, and I don't think he was thinking of marriage that fast. But then they hurried up, and Aunt Joanne hurried up and married first.
Really?
And then a week later. Yeah, and I got married in Judges. I was too young, so I couldn't get married in the city hall. I had to go to the judge's house.
At 19, you were too young? They wouldn't
They
marry at
considered it too
19?
young, and I had to go to the judge's house, and he was dead drunk. A very nice house, but he was drunk. And there I was all dressed up in this little.
Yeah, what
What
your
did you
gown? You had your
wear?
wedding gown.
I wore a brown. My sister wore a suit, and then after a while, she was so mad that she picked a suit. I wore a brown. I have a brown velveteen dress with a. What's the name of the back?
A bow?
No,
Like a sash?
What do they call it? A little
Boutonniere?
bustle. A little bustle in the back.
Oh.
A lace neck. Oh, my wedding dress, I'll show you. It's very adorable. And once Peter had to dress up as some kind of character, and I let him wear that dress.
You mean your son, Peter?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When he was in a play. Whenever they were in plays, they used to dress up. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you moved up here from the city?
When your father was 8 months old.
He
Yeah.
was 8
He
months
was
old.
cute. He was bald as could be. He was such a cute baby. He was adorable. He was so cute.
He was 8 months. And you didn't want to come up here, did you, Grandma?
Yeah, I did. Once I got here, I did. What does the Bible say? You get married and you follow your
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
Very biblical. The only time I went back home with your father was when Uncle Charlie said we all have to go up on the hill and pick the dandelions. And I said, this is for the birds. I'm going home, to visit my mother. Because I saw these dandelions and I thought, this is ridiculous. We'll never get them all out.
What is it? He wanted to. I thought he wanted to pick them to make wine or something.
Maybe, I don't know what he wanted to do, but he wanted to pick sometimes we had to pick the dandelions. I remember that. I wanted to lose weight, so I learned how to smoke. And I learned from Mrs. Steppick, she used to get the cigarette that had coupons. So every time you bought a pack, you got a coupon.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that was something. I'm really not burning my money up. I'm getting a coupon.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of cigarette it was. And then I had to force myself to get it down on my chest, and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I used to burn holes in everything because I never finished. I would take the cigarette, put it down, and forget about it. And before you know it, there was a hole in the potato. So I didn't enjoy it. She was a smoker, Mrs. Steppick. She was good, yeah. She was. So smoking was a flop.
Yeah.
I didn't lose the weight, and I didn't gain a bad habit, but I destroyed a lot of stuff. We had an old Tin Lizzie, and we learned to drive on that. I think once Peter took the tractor to school. I don't know how he did that. I guess everybody was sleeping and didn't realize it.
When you moved up here, you were doing the farm?
Yeah, they had chickens. Yeah, and then they built the big coop. They made that was a barn, and they made it into a chicken coop.
Mm-hmm. And then Grandpa and Uncle Charlie had to drive the eggs down to the city?
No, Uncle Teddy never did. It was only when Uncle Charlie and Stretch were partners that they took the eggs down.
Oh, really?
Now, when he and
Grandpa?
then they used to have Mr. Sabloff they used to have someone pick up the eggs.
Oh.
Yeah. I never got tired of eating eggs. They still love them.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to make something out of layers of hard-boiled eggs, layers of potatoes with sour cream, and put it in the oven. It was a casserole. And they thought it was unbelievable,
Uncle Tom and Dad and them and
Yeah.
kids.
Tom and Dan and Peter. We had a couple of cows for a while for milk, but mostly chickens. And then we had a donkey at one time,
Yeah.
and then we had horses.
Mhm.
We had horses because Grandpa used to plow the fields with the horses.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
before they got the big tractor. And I remember the donkey used to go, hee-haw, hee-haw. Yeah. I used to take care of the chickens, and I got to hate those chickens. I really did. I used to fight with the broody hens,
Yeah.
because they wouldn't let you pick the eggs.
Yeah.
I used to smack them, and then get underneath and get the eggs. And then what happened was that every once in a while, if they were disturbed, they would all jump up. And when they jumped up, all the litter would get up in the air.
Yeah.
And when they finally settled down, you were covered with the litter.
Oh.
Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. Land spreading out so far and wide. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside.
New York is where I'd rather stay. I get allergic smelling hay. I just adore a penthouse view. Darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue.
The chores,
The stores,
fresh air.
Times Square.
You are my wife.